Do you think that you might have a corrupt Word document? There's no easy way to tell if that's the case, but there are some things that you can do to try to fix the document. This quick tip shows you two methods. If your Word document isn't behaving the way you expect it to, it's natural to start wondering if the document is corrupt or not. The internal structure of Word documents is quite complex, and complexity always presents a possibility of corruption. The severity of the corruption can manifest itself in different ways. Some problems may result in a minor glitch, such as a character or two changing in a document, and those can be easily corrected. Other problems may result in the document having a greater level of instability or, in severe cases, a document that is completely unusable. If you suspect a document is corrupt and you can still open the document, then there are some tried-and-true steps that you can follow to recover the document. You'll note that I have a document open on the screen here. Let's assume that this document is showing signs of corruption and I want to fix that. What I need to do first is to make sure that the Show Hide tool is turned on. That's here on the Home tab of the ribbon. Just click on it and you'll be able to see the non-printing characters that are within the document. Now the reason for that will become evident in just a moment. Next, you need to create a brand new blank document. You should now have your problem document and the blank document open on the screen at the same time. You can see that I've positioned them on the screen here so that the suspect document is on the left and the new blank document is on the right. With the problem document selected, go ahead and press Ctrl A. That selects everything in that document. Now you need to hold down the Shift key as you press the left arrow key just one time. Notice that brings us down to the very bottom of the document. In fact, I can scroll down just a little bit more here. And you can see that what that means is that I've selected everything in the document except for that very last paragraph mark at the very end. That's why I wanted us to be able to see the non-printing characters within this document. It's very important to make sure that that last paragraph mark is not selected. Now I'm going to go ahead and press Ctrl C. That copies everything that I have selected over to the clipboard, and I'm going to go over to the brand new blank document, click once within it to make sure that the document is selected, and then I'm going to press Ctrl V. Now we have everything over in this other document. At this point, I can save the new document and close the problem document. On the internet, you'll often see these steps referred to as a Maggie. Many times people will tell you to Maggie a document, and these steps are what they mean. The term comes from Maggie Sakara, a writer and editor who would repeat the steps over and over again in advice to others. The steps weren't developed by her, but were popularized by her. Now, why do these steps work? Because much of the document complexity that I mentioned earlier is maintained in and represented by that last paragraph mark in the document. When you specifically don't select it, you are signifying to Word that you aren't copying the entire document, and therefore the complexity and potential corruption is not copied over to the new document. Beyond these steps, there is something else that you can try. Right after you start Word, you should see a blank document on the screen. Now, the one that you see on the screen here is not blank, but if you started Word brand new, you would have a blank document there. Now you want to go ahead and display the Open dialog box. We click on File, and then we click on Open, and then we choose Browse right down here at the bottom, and that displays the Open dialog box. That's the dialog box that we want to see. You can use the controls within the dialog box to find the document that you feel is potentially corrupted. I'm going to select it right here. And then what you want to do is right down here at the bottom, you see there's the Open button. I'm not going to click on the Open button. I'm going to click on the down arrow right next to the Open button. And you can see that there's a choice here that says Open and Repair. If I choose Open and Repair, Then Word opens that document, and in the process, it rebuilds the internal pointers and complexity within that document to make sure that everything is functioning the way that it should. Well, there you have it. 2 different ways that you can deal with a document that you think might be corrupted. I hope that you found this quick tip helpful. If you did, well, you might consider signing up for the free Word Tips newsletter. Information is in the notes just below this video. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.